Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chaotic Little Book Corner. My name's Acacia. Today I'm going to be doing a book review of Vox. This is by Christina Delcher. It is from Berkeley Books. They sent it to me for review and it goes on sale August 21st, 2018. I am stoked to tell you guys about this book. I'm gonna be honest, the thing is I went into this knowing as much as I'm going to tell you guys. And I don't even know if I'm going to go over what the blurb on the back says, because I didn't know as much as the blurb on the back said. I just knew this. I knew, 1, this is a world where women are allowed 100 words a day. 2, if you go over your 100 words a day, you're electronically shocked. And 3, the woman who we follow somehow changes the dynamic of the world. So, I love this book. I didn't love it as much as a couple of other dystopians that I've read before. I'm going to link in the cards the top 7 dystopian books that I've read. They're not all dystopians that I've read. They're just the feminist ones that I've read. So books that have to do with the female body and the female rights and things of that nature. I thought this was a brilliant kind of conversation about what it is to be female and what it is to have the right to speak and what it is the right to have your own voice. I don't generally classify the words speak and voice as the same thing, because I believe you can have a voice and write and communicate through verbal things like writing down your words, or communicating through pictures, or communicating through text or email or things like that. You can have a voice in that way, but you have to speak to have vocal communication. And not everyone can do that. Not everyone has that capacity. So this book talks about voice and vocal communication, and the rights that go with that for women in this society. I felt that this book was well done. I wasn't entirely a fan of the ending, and that's why it's not my favorite. I do think that the overall idea is brilliant. I think that the story itself is unnerving and well done and excellently prepared. I do believe that this story overall is one that is important and valuable and really, really needs to be read and seen. I do think that there is the potential in our world to try and take away the voice of a woman. And I think it does happen on some level on a regular basis in our society now. It's just not as cut and dry in terms of rules and regulations. So we may not only allow women to have 100 words a day. We may not have that situation. But what we do have is a strict conversation about how much a woman can express her feelings, her ideas, and her values to a community and a culture. And I think that that is something that we really limit in our society, is the world views and politics and ideas that women have. And I think that to have a vital platform in society where you're speaking out and voicing your opinions as a woman is something really scary and different. And I think that it's something that needs to be given more attention and value to. I think that society in general, not just the Western society, but all cultures across the world, have less of an opinion of women. They don't value a woman's word as much as they value a man's word. And I think that that's just a crucial thing to understand and distinctly recognize across society. I think it's one of the reasons that we don't have a woman president and haven't had a woman president. I think it's one of the reasons that women are trying now to take the Me Too movement and go with it. I think that it's one of the reasons that time is up is a thing, and I think that it's one of the things that really needs to be addressed in society and civilization, is that we stifle women's voices and take away their right to speak. I think it's Titus Andronicus in Shakespeare where a woman's tongue is cut out and so are her hands taken away, and it's after she's been sexually assaulted in order to stop her from pointing the finger at her perpetrator. And not all rapists do this where they take away your tongue and your hands, but they might as well in some facet. And this book really talks about what happens when the right to speak, the name of this doesn't go into it entirely, but you know, women's right to verbalize their attacker and to, you know, state their abuse and to state their rights and their claims to society are taken away daily. And it's a growing problem that needs to be addressed and needs to be sought after to fix. I think that we lose sight of the fact that women still don't have a voice, and we assume that because women are standing up, they are more vocal than they used to be, which is true, but it's still shot down as a second-class opinion and something that is not as valuable as a male opinion. I think that there is a dominating force of men having a more right opinion when women speak up, and they could have the same opinion. Somehow the male's version is more right than the woman's. It is really scary and really shocking to see, but this book really takes that and shows it to a deeper and more sustainable and true level, and it really gives this concrete, stable statement of what happens if the voice is taken away to the point where they're only allowed 100 words a day. What are the 100 words you would say? Would you use those 100 words to speak the I love yous to the people that you care about? Or would you use those 100 words to speak up about injustice and wrongdoing? What would you use those 100 words to say? I don't think I know. I've thought a lot about it, and I think that I would really struggle with only having 100 words a day. I think if I had to choose, I would probably craft and think out speeches and try and speak out for the rights of women with those 100 words a day. But I like to think that. I just don't know if I would have the capacity, and I also don't know if I would have the strength to spend all of my energy on cultivating and critiquing and criticizing a society that shuts me down. It's really scary. It's a lot to think about, and I really value this book. I think it's really important. I think it's a great novel to read, and if you are curious about it, I would pick it up for sure. So those are my thoughts on Vox. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, click that subscribe button down below. And if you have any questions, comments, or quandaries, go ahead and leave them in the comment box below. I will talk to you all in my next video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.